Hi everybody, Jennifer Blevins-Smith here with Integral Clinic Solutions, and you're watching my YouTube channel, Navigating the Business of Medicine. Today's topic is about the importance of hiring for quality. And what I mean by that is hiring people who are very important in your business, which I know all positions have a special importance in their own regard. But I'm talking about your head biller or the person overseeing your RCM and your office manager / administrator in your practice, and making sure that you're hiring someone who is experienced and knowledge and has that quality that you really need, versus focusing on making sure someone has a little bit of the qualifications but they fit within your budget for paying their salary. Unfortunately, a lot of private practices, in my experience, have underestimated how much it really costs to hire someone of a high caliber to actually run your practice next to you side by side. They put people in charge of important processes in their business that really doesn't know what they're doing and doesn't really realize that until things might get a little out of hand or down the road where it's really hard to fix. And so knowing what you're going to need and hiring the people who are qualified up front and know their expectations is a huge battle. I would be lying if I was going to say that it wasn't going to come with a high price tag, but you have to think about everything that they're going to be responsible for in your practice. Now, I'm assuming as an owner and provider, you're going to want to really focus on patient care, especially if you're going to be the only provider for a while. It's unrealistic for you to think that you're going to be able to balance everything required for starting up or running a practice by yourself and be able to balance providing quality patient care. That is why you need to hire someone that's either going to wear multiple hats in overseeing your whole revenue cycle management and manage the operations of your practice, or you hire someone to oversee the billing department and then someone else to oversee the business and operations of the practice. Depending on your budget, your specialty, your vision, that's all going to be decided by you and your needs. But nonetheless, when you hire for this position or positions, you need to understand what they're going to be doing and be able to ask detailed questions about those roles, so that you can understand whether they actually know what they say they know and that they put down on paper that they say they know, or if they don't. Unfortunately, a lot of people kind of fluff their resumes because they want to be attractive and they want to be brought in for those interviews. So it's really during the interviews that you're going to want to get down to the nitty-gritty, and you're going to want to make sure that they actually do have the experience and the knowledge that they say they do. The only way you're going to be able to do that is if you understand the information and the roles yourself, so that you can understand if they're answering correctly or if they're just kind of dancing around the answer or if they're making something up. This is hard, and maybe you can lean on a colleague or someone that you know that has a little bit more experience in some of these and have them participate in those interviews with you. I would encourage you not to be the only person that interviews for these positions. Bring in other staff members, like I said, colleagues, family members, because everyone picks up on different things when you do interviews, and some people, like I said, have a different knowledge base or understanding of certain things than other people and might pick up on things that you wouldn't, or maybe are better at reading people than you are, who knows. The key is asking the right questions and asking not just broad questions, but asking for details and explanations. I have helped a lot of practices, and I will meet with them during a meeting and their representative, who's probably their office manager or their billing manager or both, and they ask questions that they really should know the answers to. And it's very concerning to me when they ask these questions, because I feel like those are things that they should already know and be aware of or working on or proactive about. And then it kind of makes me uncomfortable for the owner, and it puts me in an awkward situation because I don't feel like I should be raising a red flag to the owner, and I don't want to start something that might necessarily not be true. But at the same time, I've done this long enough that there's certain things that kind of go go, and make my spidey senses tingle a little bit. So I think it's important to do more than one interview with more than just you each time, and maybe even have them come into the office and shadow and see how things are operating if you're already open, or if you're not open yet and you tell them kind of your plan for operations, ask them maybe to come with a detailed implementation plan of how they would implement a certain workflow or a certain process that you want, so that you can oversee it and kind of see their way of thinking, their processes, and their understanding of the process. It is difficult to find a manager who has experience in billing, front office, and back office, but they are out there. You just have to search. And networking is really important, because you might be able to find someone through someone you know, and that might make you feel better than maybe just hiring someone that responds to an ad. I'm not saying people responding to ads aren't capable and competent, but it might make you feel better, and it opens and broadens your pool of candidates as well. Make sure that you are doing extensive reference checks and that you are confirming what they put on their resume is indeed correct. Unfortunately, like I said, people will put some stuff on there to make themselves look better, or put a little bit more information. Maybe they don't have a strong understanding about credentialing, but they know credentialing, so they write it down. So if that's something big to you, ask a little bit more detailed questions. It's really important to have a job duties and job description for this position before you interview. We've talked about this in other videos, and also understanding what you're going to be able to be involved with on a day-to-day basis when it comes to your business, and what you are going to lean on them and need them to do. It's unrealistic and unfair to think that you're going to be able to run operations, run the business side, understand all the billing and run the reports, and then also provide excellent patient care. That's not fair. So these positions are really big, and I feel it is worth putting the money where it counts. And this is one of those places where it counts, to hire high quality people that are experienced and might know actually more than you in a lot of these situations, that you can rely on and work in collaboration with to have a successful business. Make sure that if they're going to say that they're going to run reports, which they should, by the way, they should be checking reports regularly, especially if they're overseeing your billing, and checking on operations and income and how money's coming in and going out with your claims. Ask them what some of your KPIs should be and what they would do to fix it if they saw one of those specific things going wrong. Don't just say, well, if something wasn't right, what would you do? Like, pick a topic, pick a specific thing, like the payers are delayed in paying claims. How would you approach this specifically to correct it? Ask those really detailed questions. Ask about their management style. Make sure they understand what you expect of them as a manager and how they're going to manage your staff, if that's one of the things they're going to be doing, and how to handle conflict in your office. I know this sounds like a lot, but it's really important for you to have staff that likes you and to retain your staff, and also for your patients, because ultimately that's your goal, is to provide best patient care possible while keeping your doors open and making a living. If you have any experience trying to find high quality people for your roles in your office, and there are certain things you look for or things that you ask during interviews, please leave that in the comments below for your colleagues. If you have any questions for me, leave that in the comments below. Smash that thumbs up button if today's video was helpful or informative. And take care of yourself. Stay healthy and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for the support. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.